Mobile, Alabama. Also now not snowing there, but a little bit over to the east around Tallahassee. They're picking up some snow. That is a rare occurrence. Heavy snow in Atlanta, right on up to Chattanooga, through the mountains of the Great Smokies into Tennessee and North Carolina. Snowfall amounts there have been 1 to 2 feet, and reports Mount Mitchell, North Carolina, that's western North Carolina, drifts up to 5 feet, and that report came in about an hour and a half ago. Not only are we looking at a bunch of snow and thunderstorms, but also coastal flood watch is still posted from Apalachicola all the way down toward the coast around Cape Sable. To the north, heavy snow. It's snowing heavily around New York City. Reports of southern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania to the west of Philadelphia. Snow now totaling between 7 and 9 inches. Snowing heavily around the Washington, D.C. area and around Baltimore, right on down through West Virginia. And plenty of rain. The rain is picking up on the East Coast, and the wind is going to pick up too. Again, not only are we looking at very heavy snows for the interior section, especially the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, look for wind-whipped waves, coastal beach erosion as waves offshore approach 20 feet. So very high surf and also very strong winds, which could approach hurricane force, even exceed hurricane force. Again, here's the pieces put back together with a tremendous storm heading up the East Coast. To the western United States, just a little bit of light rain making their way into northern California. Snowfall amounts so far totaling over a foot central Alabama, over a foot North Georgia mountains through eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, areas of the mountains of West Virginia into southern Pennsylvania, not far behind before making it over the 1 foot mark. Let's take a look at the satellite photograph and we'll show you the storm coming together. Again, looking at this here, the yellows and the reds indicate high thunderstorm tops, and those are the most intense thunderstorms. Those have now passed Florida, so folks in Florida can rest easy now. The thunderstorm threat is over with. Farther to the north, though, notice the blue clouds in Alabama and Georgia. That still indicates snow that's falling, and still quite heavily. An occasional clap of thunder still present in some of the heavier snows, especially in western Georgia, right on up through the Carolinas. Plenty of heavy rain downpours in eastern North Carolina northward. Here's a look at Atlanta, Georgia today. Around the Weather Channel, blizzard conditions visiting not only Atlanta, but over to Birmingham, northward. Blizzard conditions visiting the deep south all the way up to New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington. Boston's going to see blizzard conditions. These pictures here were before the snow began to really pick up, too. Let's take you into the forecast and show you what the East Coast can expect. By midday today, we should expect the storm centered right around Fayetteville, North Carolina. Again, the storm is still intensifying. It's going to intensify as it makes its way right on up through Maryland, eventually over toward Maine. So the big cities in the east, definitely be prepared for heavy snow today. Possibility of briefly switching over to maybe some sleet or even rain along the coast of the mid-Atlantic, but the low is going to shoot right up the coast, so Sunday morning, more snow wrapping right back in, although the heaviest snow by far today for the big cities in the northeast, probably later this afternoon right into the early evening hours. Rainfall heavy on the coast, but inland it will be snow 2 to 4 feet locally. Still heavy snows down to North Georgia and other heavy snows in the Oregon Cascades. Teens and 20s today, very cold air making its way all the way to the south. Just when you thought it was safe to go outside and maybe plant the garden for this weekend, look at this, incredible. Tonight's low temperatures could bring a damaging freeze all the way down to North Florida, so take precautions now. Sunday's high temperatures still bitterly cold in the northeast. Meanwhile, the western United States, Southern California, Arizona, sunshine today and mild temperatures too. Here's our forecast. Again, Sunday showing the storm in New England gradually winding up as it heads up toward Canada. A couple other weak disturbances visiting the northern tier of the United States. Coming up next on the Weather Channel, we have a look at the ski conditions for the western United States, and we'll also keep you updated on this storm.